All right, ladies and gentlemen, the OKC Thunder versus the Boston Celtics just wrapped up, and the Thunder get the win at home, 105-92. Obviously, we know how important this game was. This could be a potential NBA Finals matchup. So everybody was watching this game, and I just want to throw my little 3 cents in because this is something I don't necessarily do. I don't upload on Sunday. I don't upload this late night because it's probably 8 o'clock in Chicago right now by the time that this video is getting uploaded, with all the waiting for the video to process and get uploaded with all that type of stuff. But I really wanted to give my feedback on this game because I really thought that this was a good game. And I thought this was a good first half from the Boston Celtics. I thought this was an even better second half from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, 105-92, the Oklahoma City Thunder get out the win. And I just want to talk about a few things that happened in the game. So the first thing I want to talk about, and the first thing that I pretty much noticed within the first couple of possessions of the game, and something that I kind of thought would happen coming into the game, is the Boston Celtics really tried to attack Cason Wallace. Within the first 3 to 5 minutes of this game, we saw a Kristaps Porzingis post up on Cason Wallace, which ended up turning into a turnover. We also saw Jason Tatum try and post up Cason Wallace, and he ended up not getting the ball. I think Cason Wallace did a really good job of denying that. And then you have Cason Wallace versus Jaylen Brown, and it ends up being a pretty questionable foul. I think if Cason Wallace doesn't jump early in that possession, I think that ends up in a missed shot, and we get the Thunder getting the ball. So that is also something that is phenomenal because Cason Wallace is probably going to be the pinpoint that you're probably going to attack if you are the Boston Celtics, because he is about 6'2". He's much shorter and smaller than anybody else on the floor. Also saw them try and attack SGA a lot. Jason Tatum did that a few times. Jaylen Brown did that a few times, and they weren't that successful. So that is big ups to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And one thing that has made the Boston Celtics so guardable is because they have players from 1 through 4 who can all put the ball on the floor and shoot extremely well. So when you do close out, the Boston Celtics can either shoot it or they can attack the closeout, and it puts the defense in this never-ending cycle until somebody gets an open shot and it knocks down. But this is a different team. This is not the regular teams that the Boston Celtics have been going up against since they have built this team. The Oklahoma City Thunder, kind of like the Boston Celtics, are you like, you know what? We trust our guys one-on-one. You're probably going to have SGA guard Derek White or Drew Holiday. I trust SGA to guard one of those two. I trust Lou Dort to guard Jaylen Brown. I trust Jalen Williams to guard Jason Tatum. I trust Isaiah Hartenstein or Chet Holmgren to make things difficult in the paint or to make things difficult for Al Horford or Kristaps Porzingis. So why not? We're going to leave our guys one-on-one. And that's what they did. And I think it really put a break on what the Boston Celtics were trying to do, because the Oklahoma City Thunder really got some good contests in these 3-pointers. They recovered really well, and they were able to create turnovers, which is something that we know the Oklahoma City Thunder can do. And when I look at this game, I look at the box score, and if I just take a look at it real quick, because I did look at I did notice that the Boston Celtics didn't shoot the best from 3. 19.6% from 3, 9 for 46. So when we look at that and we just say, oh, Boston just did not make their threes, that's not going to happen all the time. Now, I agree. That's not going to happen all the time. But it's not them not making the 3, it's the quality of 3 that they got. The Boston Celtics rarely had any wide open 3s in the second half. That's why they only scored 30 points in the second half. The Boston Celtics were getting closed out very well. Lou Dort, J-Dub, SGA, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Hartenstein, whoever it was on the perimeter, they were closing out shots. And the Thunder allowed their defense to put them back in this game. Because in the first half, when I look at this game, I looked at it as in, the Boston Celtics have a much more polished half-court offense. And when the Thunder were creating these turnovers, they created about 6 turnovers in the first half. And I look at it and I say, the Boston Celtics are one of the better transition defenses in the league. And now they're going to force you to have to play this half-court offense. So while you are playing great defense, the Boston Celtics can counter that and say, we have one of the best transition defenses in the league. You're going to have to slow the game down, and you're going to have to beat us that way. And it looked like the Oklahoma City Thunder just could not do it. It looked like they could not do it. I believe that the Boston Celtics created a pretty good game plan in that way, because I think they were playing some really good defense. Lou Dort wasn't knocking down his shots. I think J-Dub had 2 early fouls in this game, so he was taken out early. And then the minutes without SGA were kind of suspect. But then the second half happened. The second half happened, and SGA, who was already having a fantastic game, played even better. And the defense that already was having a really good game played even better. And that's something that you cannot take away from this Oklahoma City Thunder team. Everybody on the floor is going to defend at a high level, and everybody is going to be bought in so much that they can make life hell for one of the best teams that we've seen in the past 15 years. So big ups to Oklahoma City Thunder. And what's very interesting is they didn't have Chet Holmgren. Like, that's the thing. That's what a lot of people are going to look at. We're going to say, they didn't even have their second best player. They also didn't have one of their best perimeter defenders in not Alperen Sengun, Alex Caruso. So when we look at this team, because a lot of people are under the belief that this is going to be the finals matchup, and I would agree. I think this is going to be the finals matchup. I don't necessarily see a team that can beat either one of these teams in a 7-game series in their respective conferences. So we are going to be paying attention as analysts to this game very closely the next time they play in Boston. Now, if I'm looking at this game, does this necessarily change my point of view on the series? Like, going into the season, I predicted that the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Boston Celtics would go up against each other, and I predicted the Boston Celtics would still win. Does this game change my point of view? It doesn't necessarily change it. I don't know if I would swing all the way OKC's way, because I do believe the Boston Celtics will shoot better from three. I also do believe that once Chet comes back, it makes it really tough. But you have two of some of the best defenses in the world, probably the two best defenses in the world, especially playoff defenses. So when I look at this team and I say, and when I look at this game, I really try and choose, like, which one can I lean on more? Do I think the three-point shooting is going to hold up, especially against this type of defense, who is going to make shots so difficult for them, who is always going to create turnovers, who is going to get out and run? Or do I want to lean on SGA being SGA and really just being able to put up a high level of offense in any situation? Boston played some great defense. I think KP was phenomenal at protecting the rim in this game. So it really made it hard for OKC to really try and score, especially in that first half. There was just stretches where OKC could not put the ball in the basket. So I don't know if that would necessarily change my opinion. I definitely would still take Boston in a 7-game series, maybe 6 or 7 games. This is going to be a very good series if this were to be the NBA Finals. But OKC proved something. And I'd be lying if I said that this doesn't make me sit back and really think about who is my championship favorite. Because it's not just about it being a make or miss league. I know if a lot of people look at this box score and say, oh, the Boston Celtics just shot 19% from three, they're going to make these shots. Boston did not have the quality of looks that they usually get. They did not have the quality of looks that they usually get. And we see that we talk about this all the time with Jaylen Brown, how his handle just needs to get better. And when it comes down to these teams who are so close as far as talent, so close as far as defense, so close as far as offense, it comes down to who has the best player. OKC has the best player. SGA has the ability to create a high level of offense, no matter how uncomfortable you make him, no matter how bad you ice out the players around him, no matter how much good defense you can play. SGA is always going to be able to create a high level of offense. That's just what it is. I don't think Jason Tatum can do that. I do not think Jason Tatum can do that. I just don't. Jason Tatum is a great player, top 7. I do not think he is able to consistently will an offense to as much victories as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can. And that's what I think the difference is of this series. And unless Boston extremely cleans up their shooting and really creates a better way to get these open shots, because we're not just going to expect in a 7-game series like, oh, we're just going to trust our one-on-one players against probably the best perimeter defense in the league. I'm not just going to say, oh, maybe something will happen, because we saw that shot quality was very concerning. So that's my thoughts on the game. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. The reason I am so late on this is because I was on the podcast with Mars Talk Sports, and You know, we had a lot of fun over there. It's the top 10 players 23 and under. It was a very good video over there. I have a video coming out tomorrow reacting to Bleacher Report's mock draft 2025 mock draft. So make sure you tune into that. If you guys want to find me on TikTok, it's over at the Buzzer Sports. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, it's ATB Sports 1. And if you guys like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you let me know about the game in the comment section. And I'm out. Peace.